I am one of the co-founders and chief operating officer for the Stafford Boxing Club Incorporated, our nonprofit organization, which is a yearly mentoring program for at-risk youth in the community.
So we will be able to teach financial literacy, communication, discipline, decision making, as well as campaigning for a premium education.
These are the foundation for the Stafford Boxing Club, these 20 mentees in our program here at Panola Way Elementary School. 20 years from now, Stafford Boxing mentees will be known across the world.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. Are you out there feeling lonely? Or is somebody loving you? Tell me how to win your heart, for I haven't got a clue. But let me start by saying, I love Stafford.
Man, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Stafford Show. I'm Stafford. That's Lady Stafford. Together, we the Stafford Show. Shout out to Talk and Fight for hosting our show on their platform. We greatly appreciate you guys. So what's going on, Miss Sheila?
A lot is going on. We have a lot to talk about. There's some fights, some matches that's going to be going on. Then we have something that we definitely want to discuss that we did today and accomplished today, which is also big time. And then there's also something that I want to talk to the women. I want to talk to the women about. So let's go backwards. Now we are going to talk about Canelo and Charlo and Amanda and Danila. We're going to talk about those fights, and then you also said Tank. Was it Tank?
Keith Thurman.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that, but let's start off with this. This is what I want to say to the women, and I'm going to make it short. Last Monday, and then on our other shows, I've really been campaigning for women to be treated better, respectively, getting their pay and etc. But what I do want to say is, once you are in these positions, or if you are in a position, you have to remain humble. You can't treat some people nasty and treat other people just as nice as you want to be. You just can't do that. You have to stay humbled. You have to be a servant. And when I was reading in my word, and I'm learning more about how Jesus was, he was a servant. And also the women were also serving. Like if you want to talk about the women who put they said the costly, which is the expensive perfume, the oil on his feet. He said that she will always be remembered. She will be talked about. When you want to talk about Esther, she was a queen. And a queen couldn't just come in and just see the king. That would have cost her her life, but she was serving her people. If you want to talk about Ruth, Ruth served her mother-in-law, Ruth's mother-in-law, her husband, and then the other sister-in-law. They all had lost their husbands, but Ruth held on to her mother-in-law and said, wherever you go, I will go. Whoever your people are, they are going to be my people. And then if you want to talk about the women,
Ruth, Boaz.
Facts. And then if you want to talk about the women who stayed with Jesus from the time when he was getting flogged, we're going to use that word because it's different between being whipped. He got whipped too, but he got flogged, carrying his cross, and then all the way until he was crucified. There were women that stayed with him all that time. And then there was a woman that when he was resurrected, she saw him first, and then she went to go tell everybody else. It seems that women have pride when it comes to just staying in your place. I mean, it's almost like when someone says that, you get offended. Stay in my place. Know my role. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that she just said that. I know what works for us or what works for me may not work for you, but I know my role and I know my place, and I use my gifts and I use my talents for God and his kingdom. I serve my husband.
And I serve my wife.
And Jesus, before he when he had when he was with his disciples, he washed his disciples' feet.
Clean.
So all I'm trying to say is don't forget where you've come from and treat everybody with the utmost respect. Treat people how you would want somebody to treat you if you were to come into your place of business, if you're the CEO or if you're working for another company. So you might want to just think about that, because women, a lot of us are really becoming very nasty. And we also get jealous and envy. And when it comes to men, especially the black man, like the black woman and the black man, women, stop crucifying the black man and stop trying to strip his anointing. Stop trying to make him be something that you want him to be. Now, I get it. There may be some things that you would like for your husband to do. Like, I'll give an example. If you open up a package and the garbage is right there, I'm just giving something simple. You tell your husband, look, I'm tired of always coming up after you. Every now and then, I don't mind, but it's all the time. Can you put it in the garbage? Or if you want to talk about um, showing more affection, you can say, I would like for you to show me more affection when we're here in the house, we're watching a movie, or even when we're not watching a movie. Just tell me something, say a poem to me. I'm just giving you just quick examples. But as far as trying to change the man that God has groomed the man to be, your husband, and is still grooming him and working on him, don't go the opposite direction from what God is trying to do, because God is always first. You have to encourage your husband. And yes, it does go both ways, but right now I'm just talking to the women. And let's stop having nasty attitudes. These attitudes, even with the younger generation, it's getting out of hand and nobody's going to want to deal with you. And then when somebody brings it to you, your attitude gets even more inflamed. So sit back, look in the mirror, or go to the park, go somewhere quiet, and do a self analysis of yourself. Talk to God about it and be open for change, because there are some men that are trying to hold you accountable and tell you certain things that's best for you and for your marriage and as well as other relationships. So just be open.
Let me add to that though. So I was watching. His name is Rainwater. He used to be the manager for the rapper out of Dallas. What is it, Mo3? I think that's his name.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, I like to listen. I like to watch certain things. Now I don't watch everything, but this young man here, he caught my attention, and it was on a short. And so I was watching it, and he said something. He was like, the young girls that's under, like, let's say, first it was, he talked about Megan Stallion, whatever her name is. No disrespect.
Megan the Stallion.
Yeah. And then
Doja Cat. Was it Doja Cat?
Nah, he was talking about
the City Girls.
Yeah, the City Girls, talking about Break a Trick, right?
And Sexy Red.
And then
it's in Sexy Red.
It was Glorilla.
Oh, okay.
Right? Talking about how they ratchet and stuff. And then he was talking about Sexy Red. Now, you remember that time that me and you have watched that what's his name? DeMarcus? Nah, not Marcus. You remember when we saw Sexy Red on his show,
Oh, Marco.
Marco.
Oh yeah.
And man, so Marco asked Sexy Red, would she sing at a
No,
church?
no. What song
Song
would she sing at a
at a
church?
church. She said, "My booty hole
No,
brown."
no. It's my pu
What
the
would
pussycat pink
yeah, and
and my
my booty
booty
hole
holes
brown.
brown.
Now she's talking about singing this at a church. Now, for whatever reason you may have about the church, there has to be a level of respect. And these record labels are pushing this agenda within our community. And these young girls are
Eating it up.
ratchet. No cappuccino. They ratchet. And so he said, how can you raise a child with one of these girls coming under these type of girls' music? So is everything is over sexualized. Uh, certain things, you know what I mean? I get it. Sex, drugs, what they used to say, sex, drugs,
I mean,
and
rock and
and
roll.
rock and roll, sales. Now is perversion after perversion. And it just like I understand about time, and with time things change and so forth and so forth. But personally, I don't think that this is what our ancestors died for, man, so that we can become a people like this. We have disunity within our community. We are so uh not on the same page. We not. And then let me give you another example. So Coach Prime Deion Sanders, the coach of Colorado football team, and it's like our community. Yes, you have some that want him to succeed, but then you have a lot of others that want him to not succeed, and it's crazy. And I know that Coach Prime don't care and whatever, but like people like myself, I see these type of things and I want to speak out against it because it needs to stop. Number one, somebody said uh on one of my friends, his name Jamie Freeman, he posted a picture of Coach Prime as his profile picture, right?
Right.
So I said, God use him.
Mm-hmm.
So some guy, I can't even remember his name. I really don't really pay attention to his name, but he said, how come we gotta always use God, use him, da 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 da. He was like, we can talk about God using, for something, for whatever. I can't remember what he said, but the point of the matter is I wanted to explain to him the reason why I'm saying God use him, because our community is at an all-time low of Black positive leaders that can pour into these young men and show them how to conduct themselves in adverse situations. Let me give you an example. So to me, Oregon is a great team. I mean, they are well balanced. They've been together a long time. Their quarterback is seasoned, et cetera, right? So I knew going to Oregon that it was going to be a challenge for Colorado because they just don't have a chemistry together. You see what I'm saying? So, but the point that I wanted to see was I wanted Coach Prime to show how to address a media in times of defeat. And in doing that, well, I don't want to use the word defeat. I want to use the word when you didn't win a football game. Okay. And so what he demonstrated in the midst of that level, it made me so proud to see someone conducting himself because Sheila,
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that leadership is based upon the adversity that you
Mm-hmm.
face, not when everything is going well. I want to see how you respond. Just like when I was at the Georgia State Capitol, I think it was about 2015. I was trying to get this resolution passed for a plasma center, and the first year it didn't go through. I was devastated, right? And I'm not a lobbyist. I don't know nothing about that. I'm just a visionary. And what I see, if God put it in my spirit, I'm going to go get it. And so I came back the next year and I was walking the halls at the Georgia State Capitol. And I didn't say any negative thing about nobody. I didn't use like, oh man, it's a racial thing or nothing. I ain't do none of that. I went in prayer. I stayed in my word. Yes, I was hurt because I wanted it to get passed. But when I was walking, oh no, when I got into the elevator at the Capitol, I ran into one of the senators who was on that committee. And he said, man, I know who you are. And I said, well, I was just coming to your office. He said, you know what? Just because you conducted yourself when the legislative bill didn't go, I mean, when the resolution didn't go through, we gonna pass it. And so character, that's what I wanted to see. And so we don't know how to respond to adversity without being aggressive. Our conversation is aggressive. You know, our action is aggressive. And so one of the things that we incorporate at the Stafford Boxing Club mentoring program is your spiritual gloves. You got to have your spiritual gloves so that you don't do nothing crazy or act out of character so that you put yourself in harm's way. It's an elementary school. One of the kids came to the school selling keychains, but they knives. So something went wrong or whatever. The little girl was selling them. It ended up getting it on the news. Now the little girl got to go through. She got to go before the committee. It's just crazy, man. And so, like, you know, we need to see positive black men in our community to give us hope, to give us an example for the next generation, because this music is leading us off the cliff into a pit of fire. It's all. Everyone looks the same. You look the same in the spirit and you look the same in the flesh. People are like controlled by their phones. I can look at a person and say, oh, you raised by the phone, that smartphone. I see how you talk and I see how you act. I was at the gym and I was just looking at the gym and everybody was on their phone like this here, just, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember 20 years ago, you know, that wasn't something that you would see on a day-to-day basis, but everybody is tuned into their phone. The smartphone is an amazing invention. For me, I use it as a research tool. I mean, you got the world at the palm of your hand. I use it to research, to get stuff done, etc. It's a great invention. But I think that entertainment is crazy, and it's only going to get worse. And, you know, we need people like Coach Prime to be some beacon of hope that won't compromise. That's another thing that I like about Coach Prime. He's not going to compromise his character, his integrity for no money. He's been having money.
You too. Yep. You're the same as well.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, baby. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I appreciate that respectfully. Respectfully. Lady Stafford, I appreciate that, but I'm not going to compromise. And so, you know, like I say, so today, me and my wife, we dressed up real good. She got the Stafford boxing polo dress on with the blue pumps on. You know what I mean? I'm just coming down, you know, just do what I do. Matter of fact, I haven't dressed up in so long that it was kind of odd. You know, I've been, for those who know me, know that I used to be out there in the community, in the political world, etc. Move, you know, shaking hands with the movers and shakers, etc. But when I met my wife, the Lord told me, He said, you're gonna have to remove yourself from that arena and focus on your marriage. You're gonna have to focus on the foundation, because Sheila and I, we got married in 3 weeks. So I was like, okay, bet, I'm gonna do that. So I maybe a few times we dressed up, or whatever, but other than that, I mean, it's just been like, you know, sweatpants.
Oh yes, and sneakers.
I love
sneakers,
flip-flops, you know. But now I see how the situation then made a full circle. But this time, instead of me, it's us together. And so I'm excited about that. We went to the Georgia State Capitol Day. We had a meeting at the Lieutenant Governor's office. Shout out to Senator Brandon Beach. Thank you.
And the young lady that
Miss Page.
Oh yeah, she's a
Paige,
sweetheart.
man, listen, man. Hey man, it's some
She's
good people. Yo, for real. It's some good
her.
people down at that Capitol. And Senator Brandon Beach is is a mentor to me. He's someone that I look up to. And the reason why I say that is like I never had a father. My father was a heroin addict. He was murdered June the 6th. I was born July the 6th. So I don't even know that side of the family. But I'm never one of them type of individuals like, man, my daddy wasn't here, da 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 da. You know what I mean? I understand that God is my father, and through life experiences and lessons, he groomed me, he teaches me things, and through the word of God. So anyway, man, when I met Senator Brandon Beach and I saw him walking in the halls at the Georgia State Capitol, man, he walking like a boss, just like, I mean, all the politicians just respected him. He on these big committees, et cetera, et cetera. And the crazy thing was, so I met this senator at a church service. I told her what the Lord had told me to do. I wrote the resolution myself, and he told me just hand it to her. When I met with her, I told her what I was trying to do. She said, okay, well, come to the Capitol, to my office. I met at the Capitol. All the people who looked like me said it wasn't going to get passed. I said, ma'am, just submit it. We went back and forth. She said, I don't want to submit anything that ain't going to make it through. And I was like, well, I'm just telling you what God told me to do. So if you can just do it, then that's all I'm asking you. Now, I did go and get some signatures from other different senators that look like me. But in order to get things done, you got to, have some good fellowship with the conservative side. Now, I was like, man, look, man, just put it through. So I put it through. I mean, she put it through. I went to networking. I went to walking the halls. I went to knocking on doors, etc. And then I ran into the chairman, which was Senator Brandon Beach. I was like, man, okay, this is what I'm trying to do. I mean, he looked me in my eyes. I looked him in his eyes. He gave me a firm handshake. He told me, well, okay, this is what we're going to do. He told me what we was going to do, etc. And man, when it got passed, it was a shock. And from that point on, I've always been a fan of Senator Brandon Beach. His daughter married someone that looked just like him, Representative David Clark, another good guy. And so, man, I'm just excited to be a part of a group of people that get things done. I'm thankful that they have a tremendous amount of respect for me. And it feels good to know that you have people like that that will support you in what you're trying to accomplish in the community. So, Senator Beach, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you, sir. And we got to, link back up because we got to meet, what's his name, Senator,
Was it? Does it start with an A?
Yeah, was it Albert?
Or Amos?
Man, I forgot.
Man, I know it starts with an A.
Yeah, I know it starts with A. But anyway,
we're just excited. Yeah, that's why I had to have my notes today. Yeah, we're just excited. Even though I know the information. I'm talking about,
and Brad was cool too. Huh?
Oh yeah, he really was.
Brad, I'm talking about Brad was cool too, man. Like, man, we sitting in the lieutenant governor's office, man. We just sitting in the chair. So man, the chairs were so plush and comfortable, man. We just chopping it up, man. And then the furniture was A1 too. Mm-hmm. So if you go to the chain gang, they're going to rehabilitate you. So the prisoners that are in prisons in the state of Georgia, they manufacture furniture. But when I tell you that these pieces was it was premium, man. I'm talking about, so when the guys get out of prison, they got to trade. And I'm talking about the desk. It was, man, baby, how much you think that desk probably go for on the market?
I know more than probably between 10,000, between 10, 15, no more than 15,000.
Man, I'm talking about, man, the desk was just, man, it was so I promise you, man, I ain't never seen nothing like it ever, man. So the desk had everything.
It was engraved.
It was engraved, man. It was pop, 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 pop. It was engraved. And then on the table, it was engraved. You had the Georgia State symbol on the table. And then they had the what you called man.
The gavel?
Yeah, they had the gavel. It was custom. It had, man, everything in there was premium. Even the pictures of the lieutenant governor's wife Jones.
Yeah, that's what stood
Man,
out. I
I'm
ain't
talking
even
about-
gonna lie. Out of everything that was in there, I'm
Man.
not gonna lie. That's what actually stood out because she had all those dogs. She had the picture with the dogs on there, and I was like, I like that.
Yeah, so Lieutenant Governor Jones' wife is part of a animal shelter, and so she is like what, the head or president of that type of animal shelter in their district, and so she had like this
cut
out. Man, it was. Listen, I'm running for political office. I don't know which one it is. I don't know if it's gonna be U.S. House Representative Stafford, yeah, respectfully, or it's gonna be Senator Stafford. Matter of fact, Paige said, baby, what Paige
said? Senator, right?
Paige said senator.
So I think you should do senator.
Paige said, listen, you will be an excellent senator. She said, we need you right
now.
Right now. Right now.
So senator.
Hey, man. Hey, look. I'm speaking it into existence, man. You understand me? Yeah. Senator Stafford, man. Yeah.
What there? I know Last Bell Boxing is on there. Hello, and I can't see who's.
Oh, that's
on there.
Eddie.
Oh, hey Eddie, what's going on?
Oh man, that's Eddie, man. For real. Father of the year. Yeah. Say, Eddie, we putting you in the Father Hall of Fame. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right now, he's been top pick for the since we've known him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Eddie, we're going to go through the committee.
Years.
Yeah, we're going to go to the committee.
The bill's been passed.
Yeah, Eddie. I'm your representative, you understand me? And I went and I spoke to the big dogs, and the big dogs said they're going to sign off on you, man. So, man, we're going to give you your yellow jacket, you understand me, and put you in the Hall of Fame, you feel me? This jacket, you can't get in the store. This got to be, ushered onto you. You feel me? Yeah. But yeah, man, it was a great day.
Yeah, so real quick, tell them what we went to the Capitol for, and then we got to talk about the fights.
Oh, so we went to I forgot all about that. So we went to the Capitol today to get a legislative bill so that we can have the Stafford Boxing Club license plates. So in Georgia, they have what you call Georgia revenue sharing. So when you purchase a license plate for the Stafford Boxing Club, the state of Georgia gets some of the money and the Stafford Boxing Club gets some of that money. So it's called sustainability. Yeah, and that's what we are into. Like, when I'm gone, the Stafford Boxing Club gonna continue to get that money. We still gonna, man, them kids is not gonna be without. I promise you that. So that was the purpose of us going to the Georgia State Capitol and having this amazing meeting today. Was a legislative bill and talking about the possibility of running for a political office. Since the wife said and Paige said, Senator Stafford, yeah, that's how we going. We just gonna run. We're gonna speak it into existence.
When is it? 20 what?
24.
I know. I just wanted you to say
2024. Yeah. And you know what? She said, you look like a senator. I ain't even saying nothing. I was just talking, but I was real. And she was like, we need you like
right now.
Because I'm not a cookie cutter. I'm not a politician. I'm real. I'm a servant leader like Sheila was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? I'm a representation of Christ-like ways to serve the people. And by serving them, you lead them. You gain trust by your actions. And so I'm coming. I'm letting y'all know. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you, I'm coming. And I don't plan on losing. Because it's time for a change in that community, in our community. You older guys that's been in these seats for all these years.
You have to pass.
You got to pass the torch. It's time.
You have to.
It's time to pass the torch. And I'm him. You understand me? I'm him. I want you to know I'm him. HIM, period. That's it. Ain't nothing else going on. Nothing else. I'm him. Yeah, and so what other person to pass the torch to a person like me? I am what you call a representation of our ancestors. I'm what you call prayers that was answered. Someone that didn't compromise, someone that stood through the test of time, someone that, Lord Jesus, help me. Oh, mercy. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Yo.
I hear you.
Yo. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to turn it over to Lady Stafford so she can go ahead and break it down.
Yeah, so we all know that Canelo and Charlo's having a fight September 30th. And Canelo is the number one pound for pound in the world. He's actually putting up 4 of his super middle championships.
Canelo, the number one pound for pound?
Mm-hmm.
What about Bud?
He's one of them.
Oh, okay. I thought you only had one.
Well, you can actually have. I've seen more. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen Canelo. I've seen Terrence. And I've seen, I've actually seen 4 pound for pound.
Number one?
4. Well, no, he's number 1 on the list.
Who? Canelo?
Canelo. That's what they had because I did my research. Man. Now, unless they changed it.
I thought.
Unless they changed it, because this right here, he came up 1. Okay. There was another time that who came up 1 first? I think it wasn't Tank. I don't remember, but it was somebody else that was coming up first, and Canelo, I think, was either coming up second or third. And then after Terrence had his fight, and Tank was 4th. But then when Terrence had his fight, they had him at 1. But then when I looked, then they had Canelo. Yeah. So they keep on changing. So if you Google or go to what we use, because that's what I used.
Okay, all right.
So what I use has to be A1 because that's what I used.
Okay.
And that's what came up.
Okay, all right.
So this is what actually came up. Please believe me. I do my research first, and if I don't know, I'm either going to say I don't know or I'm not even going to speak about it.
So last Bell Boxing said Sandy Ryan was robbed. Did you see that fight?
No, I didn't. I didn't even see that fight.
You know
what? This has been off this past month for me. Actually, tell us about it, Last Bell Boxing, because of what I had going on.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do anything.
I ain't gonna lie. We just getting back in the saddle.
I couldn't do anything. This month has been just something personal, but it's nothing bad that we had going on. But I couldn't do.
It was a minor setback.
I couldn't do anything.
Major comeback, you did.
I couldn't watch anything. I didn't want to watch anything. I couldn't watch anything. So I got a little bit out of the loop. So that one, no, but you can tell us about that. Let me know something.
You know what? I tell you what we're gonna do. When we get off air, we're gonna go watch the fight, and then
we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Because we did talk about how the judges and the referees, how they just haven't been on point.
And you know what? Watch how the Hispanic community come out and support Canelo.
Oh, well, they always going to do that. I mean, when haven't they ever done that?
And why? And while I'm talking about this, so we want to talk about Abacetti real quick.
No, I started talking about this, and that's going to kind of confuse because I already started talking about Canelo. And I had to write these notes down because I already know this. I don't want to miss anything. What we did today, I'm really excited in the spirit.
Everybody don't get them opportunities.
I've been to the Capitol before, but I've never been in the lieutenant governor's
big
office.
Business.
I've never been to any senator's office. We were actually on a field trip, to be honest with you. That's how I was. I've never.
Yeah, I've been.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've never been, so I wanted to make sure. So,
but I've never been with you though.
And that's another thing too.
I ain't never been with you, and that, you know what?
And that is like really something when you really think about it. Me being in the Capitol like that.
Man, look at here, man. Amazing. My wife was looking so good up in that. Woo!
I had as what you say. I had on wealth.
Yeah,
today. And I still smell it.
Yeah, wealth. You did. I'm talking about. Man, I'm talking about it was just so peaceful.
It was.
It was
Everything just went perfect.
man. You know, it was. Listen, all you mentees in the Stafford Boxing Club mentoring program, y'all better score high on the Georgia milestones, and you better make A's. Cause I'm not playing. Cause we out here paving the ground. We trying to get a rose through the ground, huh, babe?
My God.
So if y'all don't produce, you already know it's people on standby ready to take your place.
And you already know how I maneuver.
For real. And you know you get merch in the program, and you know you like the merch. But if you don't do right, you're not getting no merch. And no, Eddie, this is not a Stafford Boxing bow tie. I do have one.
The pin.
But the pin is, for real. The pin, respectfully. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the fighting styles. Now, I had watched some time back with some of Canelo's fights and Charlo's fights. And then Amanda has a fight coming up too, which is groundbreaking, by the way. And I'm so loving it. So, yes, Serrano. So, fighting styles, the counter punching, the combo punching. He will wear his opponents out. He has good defensive skills, hand speed, and his accuracy where he wants to plant that deadly punch at. We're going to make this real quick, and that's with Canelo. Now, with this fight, in my opinion, Canelo's going to have to knock him out, do something during the early rounds because Charlo,
he a dog.
Woo! And by the way, we all know that Canelo's from Mexico, and Charlo, he is from Texas, and he has a twin brother, and they actually started training at the same time with their father. I believe their father's name is Kevin Charlo. And Charlo did have some setbacks, I think, from Tony Harrison, I think on December of 2018. Now, Charlo, he has a devastating left hook. He has some great footwork, his defense, boxing inside. He has great hand speed. And I believe he has great KO power as well.
He do.
And he is aggressive.
He do.
And what did Last Bell Boxing say? Because I can't see it.
Talking Fight says Sandy Ryan recently participated in a welterweight championship unification match against Jessica McCaskill on the 23rd.
Jessica. Yeah, I'm gonna have
in
to
Orlando, Florida. The fight ended in a split draw.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna watch that. I'm familiar with Jessica McCaskill. Yeah, I like her. I think she's okay. All right, everybody. So let's get through this too. Serrano and
wait a minute,
Danilo.
baby. Wait a minute, baby. But who you going for? Canelo or Charlo?
I ain't gonna lie. I like Canelo. I have the respect because he's fought in different weight divisions.
I ain't gonna lie.
But I believe, okay, so check this out. I have respect for both fighters, right? I believe this is going to be very serious. It's going to be entertaining. I believe that they're going to go at each other. Like I said, if Canelo doesn't do what he needs to do in the early rounds, then Charlo's going to have it. And the other thing I want to say is I hope that everybody, the judges and the referees, I hope everybody's fair.
Fair.
Because I can see it going one way when it shouldn't go that way. I can actually see it.
So basically what you're saying is they need to, either Canelo or Charlo need to knock one of them each other out first.
Pretty much.
So Canelo need to knock
Canelo
Charlo
needs to do that early on.
And
because
and
if he doesn't, because Charlo has that athleticism.
Whatever. But listen.
Zism.
Athletic ability.
Yes, athletic ability.
So Charlo got to knock Canelo out because if you put the fight in the judge's hand,
it's gonna go. We know which way it's gonna go, and it could go the whole 12 rounds if neither one of them does what they need to do.
But I think with these two fighters, it's going to be entertaining.
Oh yeah, no
I don't
doubt.
think Canelo is going to be running,
Oh no.
and I don't think Charlo going to be running.
No, I don't think. I think when it first starts, Canelo is not going to just come in being aggressive.
He gonna figure him out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
He's gonna try to figure it out. Now Charlo, he might come in a little bit, but Charlo, I don't believe is going to do too much.
Both of them have respect for each other, and both of them have respect for each other's power.
Right.
And so they're gonna be very careful. I think the first 2-3 rounds.
Yeah.
But come that fourth round, it's
all she wrote.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get to the business.
Yeah, it's all she wrote.
So you haven't made your choice.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. If everybody's not fair, and what I mean is by following the rules and being honest, I see it going Canelo.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I like both of them, but I'll have to go with Charlo.
Let me see who I'm going to pick. I ain't gonna lie, the boys.
But it's kind of hard. So you know what, you all. Let me see. What's today? Today is the 25th.
I don't know, boy.
You know what? I'll let you all know before the end of the show, because I'm not. Because now I'm really not sure. Because I'm gonna tell you why.
That's a good fight, though.
Because Canelo has a lot to lose, and also because of what he's been through, and so many people have counted him out. Now, remember when he had the fight with Floyd?
Yeah.
That's a little bit of what I'm going on too.
But Canelo a different fighter than
that's true too.
And I think
I'm also basing off his last fight too that he had.
But Pete,
so it's kind of close. So I'll let you all know before the end of the show.
But Canelo learned a lot from that fight with Floyd.
Oh yeah, of course. He should have.
His defense even got better.
Okay, yeah.
But as Canelo got a little older, he don't have that type of head movement.
And see, Charlo does. Charlo does. Charlo has that head movement.
It's gonna be
and he has great defensive skills as well.
It's gonna be a great fight.
And fighting on the inside.
But when you was talking about
Serrano,
I'm real happy with
that
progress.
12 rounds for 3 minutes. And guess what? I believe how this fight goes, it's going to trigger down to
other fights,
other female matches that's going to do the same thing. So we already know about Serrano. I've talked about her so many times. She's aggressive. Her sister Cindy inspired her to get into the boxing as well, even though she did do the MMA too.
Now,
it's like a lot of these fighters that did the MMA.
Not cards, but I'm going to give you your flower. You've been campaigning for 3 minutes on the Stafford show for the females.
Yeah, but you know what? I appreciate that, but Serrano, I accept my flowers, thank you, but I have to really give it to Serrano, because with Serrano being in the boxing industry for as long as she has been, she started campaigning about that way before me. So when we did that show with giving Amanda Serrano her flowers, that's one of the things that we talked about. I just jumped on ship with her to get that out even more.
But still, you're campaigning, though.
Congratulations to both of these young ladies. Yeah. They're making history again. Amanda's making history again.
So where's the fight at? Where's the fight? Is it in New York?
I don't even know. I didn't even look this time.
Well, anyway, she gonna sell out the arena.
I got caught slipping this time.
She's going to sell out the arena. I promise you that.
Serrano pretty much always does. So
I hope she getting a bag for this fight. You know what I'm saying? She getting part of the ticket sales and pay-per-views and all that type of.
And you know what, you all? I know I want to say this too, because I heard a young lady say this, right? Now, I know that I'm supposed to be on my P's and Q's and I have to know this and know this, but I'm not perfect, okay? I remember hearing this young lady, and she was like saying how social media, people always portray themselves to be one type of way, like you have all this makeup on, and sometimes you can edit your body and whatnot, but just be yourself. And when you do make mistakes, accept your mistakes, take responsibility for your mistakes, but just try not to do those mistakes again. So I will definitely not do that again. I'm human. So check this out. So we already know about Serrano, aggressive in her speed and her punching power as well. But this is going to be a great fight because her opponent pretty much has the same thing. She's aggressive.
A dog.
And she has some punching power.
A dog.
And she has speed as well. And she has been through some things because she has had a hard time getting sponsors and people just to support her, of her being a female boxer. So now she's been given the opportunity to fight one of the best female fighters, Amanda Serrano, and be a part of women history, 12 rounds,
3 minutes.
for 3 minutes. So congratulations to both of these women.
With that being said, when you talked about female fighters not getting sponsors and stuff like that, I thought about Lady B.
Oh yeah, perfect timing too.
So Lady B,
she got her package.
She got a package.
We sent her package.
Lady B her name is Abaseti. She's a female boxer in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. My wife and I, we put together a package, a Stafford boxing package, and actually it was 2 packages, and we sent to her. And she is kind of like our first professional fighter that we actually sponsored. And so we sponsor her with a lot of merchandise. Well, the young people call it merch. Boxing gloves, some hand mitts, jump rope. She also has to turn in a 3-page book report on the book that we sent, Iron Ambition by Mike Tyson. And so we trying to get her mind right. But Abaseti, we want to let you know, Lady B, we want to let you know that we truly believe in you. And, some people ask me, how come, we haven't supported like a boxer in the U.S.? And the reason why we haven't is because when Abaseti was on our show, she said that she's not into boys. She said that this is it. This is what she's going to do.
But reiterate, not into boys. So what she meant was, of course,
she's focused.
Yes.
She's focused.
Yes.
She's focused. She focused. And so by her having that level of focus, I saw myself in her on that level. Like, I'm not going to let any type of distraction distract me from what I want to do. And when she said that her mother passed away when she was 4, and it was just a lot of similarities that I saw in Abaseti, Lady B, that I saw in myself. And so the other thing was, she hungry and she appreciated. See, in America, our community, we feel entitled. Like, I'm not entitled to do nothing for nobody unless God tells me to do it. And it's so much that you wouldn't respect it. Like the things that we sent to Abaseti.
Oh, she was grateful.
She's grateful for it.
I like the way she says Stafford.
She's grateful for it, and she's going hard. And I'm telling her, I'm watching videos that she would send to me, and I say, Abaseti, do this. Abaseti, do that. And she said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I make a suggestion to these. I'm not fit to go through that. Not right now. That back and forth, all that little lip wrestling. I'm not doing no lip wrestling with nobody, especially when we trying to be a blessing to you, And the other thing is, I like the fact that Abaseti is grinding under a highway in Lagos, Nigeria. So they have boxing, punching bags, and tires, all set up under a highway. So when she's practicing and she's on the dirt, you can see the cars on the highway, and you know you can hear the horn. To me, that's getting it out the gutter, man. Getting it out the mud.
That's actually great for footwork
That's
too.
great for footwork. So to me, yes, in America we have more resources and stuff like that, but the passion, the desire, the discipline that she's demonstrating, oh, we can work with that. Oh, we can work with that. And she want to get in the ring with Maya.
Mia Killer
Yeah,
B.
Mia Killer B. Ellis. She
I
said
believe that's gonna
that's
happen
gonna be a good fight.
at
Yeah,
the right time.
at the right time.
So
Oh yeah, it's gonna
believe
happen.
that it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. And Mia, I'm you know, my
No
apologies.
disrespect.
No disrespect.
Respectfully,
we think you are an amazing fighter, and you're gonna do well. But we got Abacetti, and that's our fighter there. You know what I'm saying? She coming under us. So Abacetti, Lady B, she has an opportunity to take our brand to a whole nother level. Our brand in Lagos, Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never been to Lagos, Nigeria. But when Lord have mercy, when I seen them guys looking at Abacetti, because she had the pink Stafford boxing gloves on,
she had on her pink socks.
She had the socks,
the Stafford boxing
shirt, the shorts,
and the weight. We don't want to give too much about her stance and all that.
Hey man, listen. Hey, look, them boys was looking, man. They was looking. They was like, man, what is so Abacetti? We are proud of you. Continue to be disciplined. We're gonna continue to support you. And I'm looking for that 3-page book report. She got October the 22nd.
I'm so glad I don't have to do any more reports.
October the 22nd. I'm gonna need that book report, Abacetti. You get what I'm saying?
She gonna do it.
For real.
She gonna do it. She gonna keep her word.
Man, I'm so hold up, man. I just gotta get up, man.
I think everybody saw your chain too.
Man, I ain't tripping about that, man.
Well, you should show it. It has the key. The key is unlocking the doors now. The doors that we're going through. We're walking through.
I received that. That's tough. Hey man, listen. I want to tell y'all, man, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful and I'm so happy. It's been a long time coming, man, just to be on the cusp of going to the next level. And it's only going to get better for us. And I just see God moving in such a mighty way. Man, thank you so much to Talk and Fight for giving us this opportunity. Sheila, you're doing an amazing job. You're getting better. I'm so glad you allowed me to be the co-host of the Stafford Show, because you are the host. This is your platform, and I'm just grateful to have an opportunity
to share. It's both
of
our platforms.
Okay. I ain't gonna.
I'm never by myself.
I ain't gonna be lip wrestling. She said it, then it is what it is. But I'm excited about what we got going on, and I'm excited about next week's show. And with that being said, we up out of here. Stafford Boxing,
the making of champions.